Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're gonna actually be wrapping. Believe it or not, this is a toilet flusher. A fancy one, that's for sure. Customer didn't like the brushed metal look, so we're gonna go satin black, Avery Denizen. For this one, I've already put a 1/4 inch black pinstripe, as you can see there. Just because the metal on the back of this thing was really sharp. So when I actually wrapped the corners and tried to relax the material, the back metal actually cut it. So here we're just gonna lay down some knifeless tape. This is design line. I prefer design line over finish line. I find it cuts better, and you don't need a knife or anything to cut it. So once I get that laid down, double check, make sure that it's nice and clean. A little 60% rubbing alcohol. And these corners, we're gonna actually do what they call a 3D stretch, meaning we're gonna stretch the material in 3 different directions, so it kind of actually hugs the corner when we heat it up. Alright, so get it on, make sure that we're covered. Throw on a wrap glove. Sometimes for these smaller jobs, you just kind of skip using the squeegee and just switch straight to the wrap glove. So we'll get the flat face down first. Then what I'll do is I'm going to show you how I do a couple of the corners, and then we'll kind of fast forward through the other two until we get to the other corners on the inside piece, which is kind of a reverse technique. Alright. Over here, what we're going to do is when we pick up the vinyl, we're going to be pulling in towards the camera and then out to the right and to the left. So we'll just give it a little bit of heat just to make it a little bit more pliable. Try to brace the actual piece itself and stretch it in 3 directions. And what that does is it spreads the material out, and when you heat it, it wants to come back in all 3 directions, so it actually snugs the corners instead of popping back and getting those god awful fingers that we all hate. And what I'll do is I'll do the corners first. That way we'll still have the sides to go. So any kind of excess material or issues that you kind of have going on, you can just work out to the flat, which is ideal. So same thing here, we'll push it out towards the camera and to the left and to the right. Alright, now that we got the outside corners all done and heated up, we're gonna deal with these inside ones. Now, for this, these are quite deep and sharp. So, what we're gonna do is kind of a technique. You're gonna feed the mouth. So, you're basically gonna take the material that you're gonna cut away that you don't need, and you're actually gonna feed it towards that corner. So it's going to take tension away from the corner, and you're just going to kind of, all the parts that have the tension, you're going to be trimming off. Just set the edge first. What we'll do is we're going to end up putting a little relief cut in the middle, just so we can kind of get our hand in there. Always being careful to leave yourself plenty of material. Don't cut too short. Launch an area out, and what you'll see is actually take this excess material and stretch it towards the corner. Just basically just giving the corner more slack. Just push that extra stuff over. That's perfect because the area that we did push towards the corner, that's the part that's getting cut off. So the part that's actually going into the corner itself isn't being overly stretched. If you were to just heat these corners up and kind of push that vinyl down, stretch it more than that 10% rule, and it'll end up popping back on you. The outside ones were actually a little easier to do. These were kind of a pain in the butt, just because they're so sharp and deep. So then we'll just go around all four corners, and I'm going to show you how I get the first two corners down, and then we'll just speed it up. Don't want to bore you too much. So yeah, basically all the material we've just pushed towards the corner. And the corners themselves are pretty relaxed. Obviously we're going to have to stretch a little bit to get all the way down there. But it's a very minimal stretch. Alright, so now that we got it all laid down in the corners, we're gonna go around with our Avery Flextreme and just really make sure that it's nice and tucked around so we get all that chrome or the brushed silver covered. Kind of a unique little piece to wrap, but you get all kinds of requests. It's always important to relax the film with some heat uh, and let it cool off before you trim it. What I'll do is I'll put a link to all the products like the Knifeless Tape, the Flextremes, wrap glove, that heat gun, just in case you want to pick some of it up. Wrap gloves actually just came out with the Ghost glove, and I can't wait to actually get my hands on one of those and give it a whirl because it's apparently supposed to be really good. Alright, here's the finished look besides trimming it. And here's the before and the finish. If you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.